Gabe Ets-Hokin with CityBike magazines. I ride motorcycles so you don't have to, and I am here with the 2011 Kawasaki Ninja 1000, and I'm riding here in my native habitat of West Marin, California, just north of San Francisco. And this is where Kawasaki chose to do their press launch, probably because I always bug them to come and do press launches here. Anyway, this is the Ninja 1000, and I gotta say, it is a very, very interesting motorcycle. Now, you unfortunate fans of my YouTube videos might remember that about a year ago, I was at the product launch for its brother motorcycle, the Kawasaki Z1000. Now, that motorcycle is a very good motorcycle. They describe it as a sport bike for the street. It's a naked standard with an upright riding position. But what a lot of American buyers want is fairings. And unbeknownst to us at the time, because OEMs never discuss pending product, was that this motorcycle, the Z1000, was being developed in conjunction with the Ninja 1000. Now, of course, Ninja always connotates some kind of full fairing on a motorcycle, and that's what you get. It was being developed in parallel with the Z1000, so you might say, oh, well, it's just a Z1000 with a fairing kit and a few maybe graphics changes, and then, well, then they can slap another $500 on the price tag. But it actually has a lot of very interesting differences that add up to more than a sum of their whole, and make this a very different motorcycle. Really make what's a very competent light-duty sport tourer, or more of an all-purpose sport bike. Now, maybe there's some of you out there who had a ZX-10 or even a Ninja 900 some time ago, and that's what this motorcycle reminds me of. So what you have is an upright seating position, a very comfortable seat, and a motor that is pure Kawasaki. It is raw and powerful. It makes good noises through the airbox. Let's talk about some differences between this bike and the Z1000. So, most significant difference, I think, for a lot of riders is that this has a 6-gallon, that the gas tank is a full gallon larger than the Z1000s. So I think it's a total of over 5 gallons. Of course, it has the fairing and windscreen, probably significant. It also has a different front fender. This fender is from the ZX6R. Also, the instrument cluster is from the ZX6R. Just different font and little slightly different graphics. And it also has it has taller gearing on the rear sprocket. Other differences include a ramped preload adjusting collar on the rear shock, so that makes it easier and quicker to do suspension adjustments when you're carrying a passenger or when you're carrying luggage. Speaking of luggage, there is a bolt-on accessory luggage, hard luggage kit that includes hard bags, and it also there's also other accessories available, including a taller windscreen. So you can see it's actually, and then also the subframe. The entire subframe is different. It's aluminum subframe, and it is designed to be a little tougher, carry a little more weight, and that also gives you a more comfortable passenger seat and a more comfortable rider seat. There's 10 millimeters extra of foam in on the rider's seat. Also, the foot pegs are different. They're rubber mounted. Watch this. Wee. Okay, so but you don't feel that when you're riding. There's also a little weight back here, designed to dampen vibration. So, what's it like to ride? Well, it's a lot of fun to ride. You've got wind protection, you've got comfort, and you've got a very powerful motor that shifts easily. It does have a little bit of flat spot around 3,000 or 4,000 RPM, but who spends any time down there when you've got a leader bike? And also, it has a very slight glitch off idle that can make it difficult and challenging to come off corners smoothly. But if you're used to modern fuel-injected motorcycles, you're probably familiar with that habit and probably have some fixes for it. Cornering is very easy. This motorcycle weighs about This motorcycle weighs about 400 and just over 500 pounds, fully fueled. That's about 30 pounds heavier than the Z1000. And of course, you see where some of those, some of the weight gains are, of course, from the extra gallon of gas and from the fairing and from the heavier subframe. But you really don't feel the extra weight. This feels like a this feels like a lightweight, really more like a middleweight motorcycle. There's a lot of 600s that I could name that I've ridden in the past 20 years that felt heavier than this bike. It's a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend it as a all-around motorcycle that you could tour on. You could commute on, you could take it to do track days, you could ride it across country if you wanted to. It's a terrific bike because it really does everything. And this is the kind of bike that American consumers have said they're asking for. Wind protection, power, fun to ride, good handling, but that's comfortable, something that older riders can ride all day, that younger riders still feel like it's exciting and fun to ride. And then the pricing, it's under $11,000. I don't know the exact price, $10,599, $10,799. These days, though, you can always find a bargain if you come in there with cash or good credit, right? So really the only flaws, again, that I noticed were the off-idle stumble and also the slight flat spot in the fueling. And these brakes are radial mount calipers with radial pumping master cylinder, but they don't have the sharp feel and power that a good sport bike is going to have. They probably need a pad change and braided steel brake lines, and they'll probably feel a lot better. But these are obviously not premium brake calipers, but they're still radial mount 4-piston calipers. And they've got plenty of power. They just don't have a lot of sensitivity or initial bite. But there's probably a reason for that. That's how they designed it. And I got to give kudos to Kawasaki for making motorcycles that are fun to ride, affordable, and always interesting. Whether or not they sell every new model they introduce is another story. But you got to love them for trying. So thanks for watching my video, and go ride something.